I really don't think this video even needs an introduction. So yeah, top ranked players located in every single state. Let's go and get into this video. So guys, boom, starting off with the state of California. It's honestly crazy. They have the most players ranked in the state across the country, and they have an insane 23 players ranked in the country within the top 150. And despite all the talent that does come out of this state with Bronny James, Mikey Williams, Jared McCain, Dusty Stromer, I can go on and on and on. AJ Johnson from Southern California Academy, he holds the highest rated spot at number 15. And like I said, it's honestly crazy. Most people would think it would be between the Mikeys, the Bronnies, etc. But AJ Johnson, he holds the throne, and he's already committed to play at the University of Texas, a place where I honestly was not expecting him to go to considering his type of play style. But I do think the fact that he is a raw prospect with a tremendous upside, I do think he is going to be just fine at that next level. Now, the state of Alabama, they only have one player ranked in the top 150 across all recruiting sites, in Cade Phillips, who is ranked as the 149th ranked player according to Rivals.com. He holds that throne. He's a 6'9" power forward that has a ton of upside, that is also super mobile and active for his position. And I do think he's going to excel at the University of Tennessee next season. And I'm telling you guys right now, look at him to be an important player for the Volunteers in about year 2 or 3. The state of Indiana has 5 players ranked in the top 150, and Xavier Booker, a player that went from being unranked to a consensus top 10 player in high school, he holds the highest rated spot. He's easily one of the players that NBA teams are tanking for, and I've heard many comparisons to even guys like Anthony Davis, which if you do watch Xavier Booker at times, he does show flashes of a young AD, and if he can continue to develop and hone on the offensive side of the ball, I do think the sky is the limit for Xavier Booker. He's already committed to play for Tom Izzo and Michigan State next season. I'm telling you guys right now, I actually do think Michigan State, they got squad, and they're going to be one of the best teams in college next season. Sebastian Mack, who is rated as the 52nd overall ranked player, is the only player ranked in the state of Nevada. And the fact that it's just so close to California, I don't know why, but I just expected the state to just have way more ranked players. But Sebastian Mack, he's already committed to play at UCLA, and I do wish him the best in his basketball career. Now, the state of Connecticut only has 3 players ranked across the country, and now Marco Jackson, ranked at number 22, he holds the belt as the best player in the state. Now, Marco's story is definitely inspiring with the way that he went from an unranked player to a McDonald's All-American by his senior year, and he's already headed to play for Kansas next season, and I definitely do think he's going to be a perfect fit for the Kansas Jayhawks. Guys, shout out to New Jersey. In my personal opinion, they are easily one of the best basketball states overall, just because they have so many NBA potential type of players. But Aaron Bradshaw, he's the player that holds the highest rated spot. I'm pretty sure most people thought that it would be his teammate DJ Wagner, but I just think that a lot of NBA teams are starting to love Aaron's potential as a rim protector in the league, and I do see a lot of Evan Mobley in his game. And remember this right now, Aaron Bradshaw, he's definitely going to be a lottery pick when it is time to declare in that 24 draft, and he is committed to play at Kentucky next season. Now, the state of Georgia has 7 ranked players in high school, and Isaiah Kohler, he's considered to not just be the best overall player in the state, but he's also the nation's best player in every single category. Guys, I've said it time and time after again. Isaiah is the best pure point guard in the class, and his floor general abilities is just unmatched. And I do think the fact that he just moves so swiftly on the floor, he can score from anywhere from the mid-range up until the hole, it just makes him much more of a threat. I'm personally super high on Isaiah Kohler as an NBA prospect, and I generally do see him actually being an all-star in the NBA and a starting point guard for an NBA team. The state of Idaho only has 1 player ranked in the state, and Blake Buchanan, if I'm saying his name right, he is their representative. 6'9", 215, committed to Virginia. Guys, I'm not even gonna lie, I even forgot that Idaho even existed, so I'm not even gonna act like I've seen this kid play, because I haven't. But the fact that he is going to a prolific program like Virginia, I definitely do think that says something, so let's definitely tap in if you guys have not already. Considered to be one of the best shooters in high school and a player that is also committed to Duke, TJ Power is the highest rated player in the state of Massachusetts. Guys, I've actually made a breakdown of his game a while back with Bleacher Report, and TJ Power, he's just a guy that you just know is going to make it to the NBA. If you're above 6'5" and you can shoot the rock like he can, and you're sneaky athletic as well, just go ahead and declare for the NBA draft. The state of Mississippi only has one player ranked in the state, being Josh Hubbard, and shout out to all the short kings out there. He's only 5'10", but he is committed to play for Mississippi State, so I personally wish him the best in his basketball career. Same thing with Minnesota. They only have one player ranked in the state, being Tayshaun Chapman, but he's ranked 30th overall in high school, and he's also committed to play, and he's already committed to play for Ohio State next season. So hey, I ain't gonna lie, this could potentially be a Bronny James teammate in the making. Same thing with Michigan. Sonny Williams, who's ranked as the 134th ranked player in the country, is the highest rated player in the state of Michigan. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm actually surprised that he's the only player ranked in the state like Michigan, because they have amazing cities like Detroit. So I don't know why I thought, Detroit, Michigan was a basketball city, basketball state. I may be wrong, but yeah, Sonny Wilson, shout out to him for being the only ranked player in the state, and he also is committed to play at Toledo. 4 players are ranked in the state of Kansas and surprisingly mentioned as the number one projected pick in the 24 NBA draft. Mattis Bazelis is also considered to be the number 1 ranked player in the state of Kansas. Guys, if you watch this kid play, you just see the potential this kid has as an overall forward. I do see more of a sneaky Gordon Hayward with point guard skills in Mattis Bazelis, and I think the fact that he did sign to the NBA G League to develop his skills will also better prepare him for the NBA. Right now he is super tall, but he is kind of lanky at the same time, so I actually do think the G League is the perfect choice for him. The state of Maryland has 5 players ranked in high school, and 6'3" Solomon Ball is considered to be the best player in the state. Guys, turn up the volume right now. You heard it here first. Solomon Ball, he will be one of the best players to come out of this class. I really don't want to say much, but I'm telling you guys right now, UConn, they got a good one with this man, Solomon Ball. I really don't know why, but I really thought that New York would have more ranked players in the state, but Brandon Williams from Christ the King, he's the highest rated player from the state of New York. He actually plays on the same team as Carmelo Anthony's son, Kiyan Anthony, and he's also committed to play across the country at UCLA next season. 3 players are ranked from the state of Oklahoma, and Brandon Garrison, who is a McDonald's All-American, he takes a spot as a top 50 player in the country, and he's also committed to play at Oklahoma State University. Jackson Shelstad, guys, we got to talk about this kid, Jackson Shelstad. He's the only player ranked from the state of Oregon. This man had a lot of big games versus Bronny James this season, Duncanville, and Ron Holland, who's a top 5 player in the country. We got to give respect to this man, Jackson Shelstad, as he will be playing for Oregon University next season. There's only 1 player ranked in the state of Utah, and Colin Murray Boyles, if I'm saying his name right, he barely made the cut as the 149th ranked player in the country. Let's shout out to this kid from Utah. I wish him the best in his basketball career. Virginia, they have 3 players ranked in the state, and Deshaun Harris Smith, who's committed to play at Maryland, he's considered to be the best player from the state of Virginia. Missouri has 3 players ranked in the top 150, and Cameron Carr, who's committed to Tennessee, he's the highest ranked player in the state. I'm pretty sure you guys know this school, but he went to Link Academy, who is known to nest many top players in the nation, and I do think that he's going to be one of the best players that we will be talking about here in the next few years. I don't know why, but surprisingly, the state of Illinois only has 7 ranked players in the state as a whole, and Jeremy Fears from, I hope I'm saying this city's name right, Joliet, Illinois. Jeremy, he takes the highest rated spot in the state of Illinois. Now, if you've seen this man Jeremy Fears play, his last name, I actually think it speaks for itself. He plays with no fear, and he's going 100% all the time. He takes pride in playing defense. He's a great leader, and I definitely do think he's one of those undersized point guards that is going to excel at the next level. He's only 6 foot, if that, and he's committed to play at Michigan State. And I'm telling you guys right now, y'all know how Tom Izzo, this man does not play. So I personally anticipate Jeremy Fears that he's going to be one of the best players in college. He's also going to be helping Michigan State make a tournament run once again next year. New Hampshire has 3 players ranked in the country, but it's just kind of funny that they actually all play on the same team and they go to the same school in Brewster Academy. And Taylor Bowen at number 68, he's considered to be the best player in the state. Robert Dillingham is considered to be the best player from North Carolina. I know right now he does play in the overtime league, but half of his high school career he did play in North Carolina. I do feel like Robert Dillingham is one of the more fan favorite and most exciting players to watch in the entire country as a whole. And it just sucks because this man did not play regular high school in his senior. I really wanted to see this man go across the country, crossing everybody up, doing what he does best, putting on a show. But I know he did want to develop his skills at the overtime league. So I'm sure next season at Kentucky University, along with the best recruiting class heading into college, Robert Dillingham, he's going to be putting on a show, and he is going to remind everybody that he is one of the best players and best point guards in the entire country. 4 players are ranked from the state of Ohio, and Devin Royal, who is committed to play at Ohio State, he's considered to be the best player from the state as a whole. South Carolina only has 2 players ranked in the country, and Cohen Carr, who is committed to play at Michigan State, he's considered to be the best player in South Carolina. Guys, I'm telling you guys right now, the state of Texas, they just might hold the title as the best state in the entire country. They have 18 players ranked in the top 150, and Ron Holland, who I'm telling you guys right now, who arguably could be the best player in the country overall, no matter the position. Ron Holland, he's considered to be the best player in the state of Texas. He's already committed to play for the University of Texas as well. And in my personal opinion, I don't know if old heads are going to hate this, but Ron Holland, he has to be in the conversation as one of the best players to ever live in the state of Texas as a whole. Multiple state titles for Duncanville, barely has lost any games. I think he's lost less than like 5 or 10 games as a whole. This kid Ron Holland is definitely NBA potential, and just remember this kid Ron Holland, he's going to be something special. Surprisingly, the state of Florida, they only have 10 players ranked within the top 150, and Kwame Evans from Montverde Academy, he's considered to be the best player out of the state. I feel like Kwame has always been ranked within the top 15 his entire high school career, and I know many NBA scouts are very high on this kid as well. I mean, 6'9", capable of knocking down the 3 ball, that has experience in a ton of high moments and high energy types of games, and also leading his team to national titles in multiple years. I actually do see why Kwame Evans has a ton of hype surrounding his name. 2 players are actually ranked from the state of Iowa, and just like a few of the smaller other states, I really wouldn't expect or consider the state to be a basketball state, but I will say they do have one of the best players in the nation who goes by the name of Omaha Biliew. Staying home within the state, committing to Ohio State. Guys, I'm telling you guys right now, he's definitely one of my personal favorite players in the class as a whole. And if you guys want me to be honest, I actually don't understand how he doesn't get talked about enough with the other top players in the country. It's probably because he is from the state of Iowa, but I do think when it is all said and done, he will be a lottery pick in the 2024 NBA draft. Now, Arizona has 6 players ranked within the top 150 in the state, which is definitely solid in my personal opinion. And Cody Williams, he's the player that holds the throne. He's actually the brother of Oklahoma standout and potential rookie of the year Jalen Williams from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I would definitely say that Cody is more of a point forward that can get others involved while also being a prolific scorer for his team. He's super athletic with a natural feel for the game, and he's actually projected to be a top 5 pick in the 2024 NBA draft. So definitely tap in with Cody if you have not already. And oh yeah, he's also committed to play for Colorado University. And even on the side note, guys, shout out to all the small schools out there. I'm telling you guys right now, we're officially entering into a new era of college basketball, and people are still going to the big schools like Kentucky, Kansas, etc., but it's not the same. We're seeing less popular schools make tournament runs in the March Madness. So I'm telling you guys right now, if you're a top player in the country and you're watching this video, consider going to a smaller school, because you got to go to a school where they're going to love you. They're going to be playing time to potentially showcase your skill to go to the NBA. So definitely don't just throw away them letters from them small schools. Be appreciative and consider going to a small school if you haven't already. Baye Fall, who's ranked as the 20th overall ranked player, is the only player ranked in the state of Colorado, and I do think that it is well deserved. He's actually someone that I actually always considered to be one of the more higher potential prospect, considering just how well he is on the defensive end. And he's just your prototypical type of athletic, long and lanky type of big that it is going to make it tough for offensive players to finish around the rim. So guys, I'm telling you right now, please tap in if you have not already. He's definitely representing the state of Colorado very, very well. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I have never in my life met a single human being from the state of Maine, but apparently they have a player ranked as the 63rd best player in the country, and he goes by the name of JP Estrella. Like I said, with these smaller types of states, I'm not even gonna act like I've seen this kid even play a single game. So, you know, let's just wish the best for JP Estrella and his basketball career. Pennsylvania has 2 players ranked in the top 150, and Justin Edwards, who is probably considered to be the best player in the country, is the highest rated player from the state of Pennsylvania. Guys, just like a lot of some of these other players that I've been saying, Justin Edwards, he's the guy that we're going to be talking about that is going to be a lottery pick in the 24 draft. He's just a player that you can just plug in and he's going to figure it out. Super athletic left-handed player, great size, NBA body frame already. He's a guy that I actually do think is going to excel in the collegiate level as well. He's also going to Kentucky with the #1 recruiting class in the nation, so definitely tap in with Justin Edwards if you have not already. Jalen Stewart is the only player ranked from the state of Washington, and I believe he's actually coached by Brandon Roy at Garfield High School as well. He's committed to play at UConn University next season. Same thing with Wisconsin. Milan Momolikovic, if I'm saying his name right, he's committed to play at Iowa State, and he's the only rated player from the state of Wisconsin. Just like the other 2 players that we just mentioned, Reed Sheppard is the only ranked player in the state of Kentucky. He's also considered to be one of the best shooters in the entire country as well. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's definitely by no mistake. He was one of the first players to actually commit in college for the 23 class, and he will be joining that #1 recruiting class for Kentucky next season. Definitely a sharp shooter. You definitely don't want to leave this kid open. Now, that's pretty much every single player ranked within the top 150. Like I said, California, they have the most players that's actually ranked in high school in the entire country. Next goes Texas, and I believe it's Florida, and then everywhere else is kind of like spread out. But like I said, it's just kind of interesting to even just take a look to see how many players are ranked in each state. Does this mean that California has the best basketball state? What do you guys personally think? And on the screen that you're actually watching, all these states right here, none of these states have a single player ranked within the top 150. Now, that's not to say that none of these teams or none of these schools or none of these states as a whole is not going to birth any type of top player in the country. You never know. There's always players out here that, you know, you've never even heard of. So I'm pretty sure there could be a kid from Wyoming that's probably going to make it to the NBA, be the next LeBron James. So you never know. Just do what you can, get them scholarship offers, and just enjoy the game of basketball. But guys, like I said, I want to know your opinion on who do you guys actually think is the best basketball state as a whole. Did you guys find this video pretty interesting? If you guys can smash that like button, it will help the video out in so many ways. This video took way too much time to edit, way too much energy, research, all that. So yeah, I'll definitely be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Yeah, with all that being said, guys, thank you for watching. It's been an episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.